Yes,
We would invite all who would care to stand and join us in a recitation of the Lord's Prayer, followed by a moment of silence. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen. It's now 7 o'clock. Shelby City Council meeting is called to order. Please remain standing and join us in a pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Seated, please. Roll call, please, Mr. Crum.
Mr. Robb.
Here.
Mr. Roberts. Here. Mr. Cutler. Here. Mr. Martin.
Present.
Mr. McGraw. Here.
I'll now entertain a motion to dispense with the reading of the journal from March 17th, 2025.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion by Mr. Roberts and a second by Mr. Martin to dispense with the reading of the journal from March 17th, 2025. Discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Roberts. Yay. Mr. Cutler.
Yay.
Mr. Martin.
Yay.
Mr. McLaughlin.
Yay.
Mr. Robb.
Yay.
That motion passes. We now come to the time for public comment. If anyone has any public comment to make before council this evening, come to the podium, state your name and address, and you can be heard by council. Tonight, making comment will be Bridget Coles and Tara Lotzenheiser from Richmond County Children's Services in a few moments when I do get the proclamation. So if we can just kind of weave that time frame into under the mayor's report, that's okay with council. We'll do it that way, all right? Very good. We'd love to have him come by from time to time. Any other public comment? Hearing none, seeing none, move forward then to reports from standing and special committees. Community and Economic Development Committee, Councilmember Cutler.
Yeah, the Community and Economic Development meeting was this past Friday, the 4th, at 2 o'clock. I don't have a whole lot on here to talk about. The CIC is working on a schedule for to water the flowers on holidays and weekends. They'll have that up on the CIC website if people want to volunteer to do some watering. The CIC got a grant for $20,000 to work on coming up with a design plan for the Shaw building. They're working with an architect, a structural engineer, and a contractor. They have been doing some work on those buildings last year and this year. Some of the stuff they've done is get the trash out, asbestos remediation, lead paint removal, roof replacement, downspouts repair, and tuck pointing. So they are moving along on those. And then looks like next Friday, or this coming Friday, the Historic Preservation will be reviewing a certificate of appropriateness on the mausoleum. Let's see. Mrs. Gribbins is working on the land use plan, and she is seeing if she can get the county and the city of Mansfield involved in it to kind of pull the resources together on that, so we'll see if that happens or not. And then with the library. So the library has got a survey that they just started this week. That'll be running until May the 18th. This is figure out what to do for programs and events and so on and so forth. So I encourage people to go to their website. You can scan a QR code and take the survey. They also have paper copies available at the library too. So you can go down there and get a paper copy if you want to do it that way. And the other big thing with the library is they've got a ballot renewal coming up on this next election. It's no new money, just a renewal levy. And I would like to say a few words in support for the library. The library isn't just about adults. It operates more like a community center with activities for young and old alike. They do so much for the community, so please get out and vote yes for the library renewal levy. And that's my report.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Cullip. Appreciate that. Are there any comments or questions for Mr. Cullip in regard to his report? Good. Thank you, sir. Move forward to the Public Works and General Operations Committee. Councilmember Rob.
Public Works and General Operations Committee met on the 25th. It was a rather short meeting. 3 items were discussed there, the first of which was the fire department survey is done and moving ahead towards the sale. And I think everybody's noticed in their council packet agenda that there is a letter from the mayor concerning that. Mr. Geis has completed his spring inspection of the Black Fork and located one obstruction, pointed it out to the property owner, and that has been cleared. So that's out of the way. And last but not least, had a discussion with the park board concerning the North Pond. It's been a number of years since that's had any attention, and it's believed to be silted up quite a bit, so that's something that's maybe in the works. And also, he had a discussion with the superintendent about the best time to put the splash pad downtown into operation. That's all I have.
Thank you very much. Are there any comments or questions for Mr. Rob in regard to his report? I would say that Mr. Geis's river inspection was very timely. I don't think he wanted to do it last week, and so but it's good to have that eyeballs on the river, and talking to Mr. Hensman, that we keep an eye on the river within our city limits, and we indeed try to keep it free flowing best we can. So we're very thankful that it stayed within its banks over these recent rainfalls. Safety Committee, Councilman Roberts.
Thank you very much, sir. Safety Committee met on April 2nd. Chief Thompson let us know that there will be a meeting of the EMA on the 23rd at 10 o'clock. June 16th, there will be a school bus in service in Mansfield at the Mid-Ohio Educational Services for drivers and first responders. Mansfield Fire will be, they lead that, their lead agency, so they'll be the ones, I guess the parent is going to have a bus on its side, and they're going to teach them how to, the best ways to take students off the buses if they're, if they're flipped over or whatever. So it should be really good training. And we may send a couple of our firefighters over to help with that. So, and let's see, Fire EMS, Ward 1 business inspections. He's going to start those soon, and he hopes to have all that completed by the end of the year for Ward 1. And then apparently at the old fire station, now that we're going to talk about that, there's a generator down there from somewhere in the early 90s. And you just come out of there, they're going to try to put that on gov deals and try to get rid of that generator. Then we go to police news. There's 5 changes to the Ohio Revised Code. And Chief Combs said they're pretty important changes, so we need to try to get those to match our ordinances. So he's working on legislation right now to try to bring those to together. Jail inspection is going to be up soon, and currently the only perceived issue is there's still an issue with this visitation system. The video system, and so that's been something going on. It's just, you know, it's just something it's gonna take a little bit of time, but that he seems to think that's the only thing this time that's gonna be an issue. And it seems that there's an alarm panel at the police station that is out of date, and they had it looked at, and the person working on it said, we don't make parts for this anymore. So if we can't fix it, it's gonna have to be replaced. So Chief is trying to get estimates and that to try to figure out, you know, what can be done with that, gotta have an alarm system. So in Health Department news, the annual report has been finished for 2024. That report is required by the Ohio Department of Health, and so that will be sent on to them. I have a copy of that with me tonight, and she has copies downtown also, if anybody wants to see that. City cleanup days, everybody got their flyer in the electric bills. That will be on Friday and Saturday, the 16th and 17th of May. And there's some, everything's on here, what will be accepted, what won't be. In the past, we used to have curbside pickup. That's not going to happen this year. It's a lot of work, and stuff gets left behind. People put out stuff after the fact, and then it sits there. So they're not going to pick anything up to curb this year. And then also no mattresses this year. So I think that's a new thing. So you can't bring a mattress down. All food inspections are up to date, and we had one complaint in town somewhere for cockroaches, bed bugs, and mold, and there was one dog bite. And then the bad news is the nursing director has resigned. So we've got to, I don't know how we're going to figure out the turnover there, but that's the third nursing director that has been here since I've been here. So I don't know if there's what's going on with that, but that's my report.
Thank you, Councilmember Roberts. And I will piggyback on that. We have advertised for that position, Director of Nursing, Health Educator, moving on for another job opportunity. So yeah, we're just looking for someone to fill that role and get in there and really like what they're doing. Are there any other comments or questions from Mr. Roberts in regard to his report? We're seeing none. Move forward to reports of city officials. I'll give my mayor's report. I'm going to start out with the proclamation. And again, Richland County Children's Services just do a wonderful work year-round, and probably most of their work is sort of unseen and unsung, but this month is always an opportunity for us to bring awareness to child abuse within Richland County. And so I'm glad that Tara and Bridget are here this evening to receive this proclamation from the city of Shelby and other proclamations similar to this all across Richland County. And I'm sure you'll say something about blue. Blue, Tara's going to take care of the blue. And so I did wear blue this evening.
It'll be great for the picture.
Yeah, super. All right, so this is the proclamation of Child Abuse Prevention Month. Whereas children in Richland County are our most valuable resource, and they need our support to thrive and grow into healthy, productive adults. And whereas during National Child Abuse Prevention Month, we renew our unwavering commitment to protecting children and responding to child abuse and neglect, promoting healthy families, and building a brighter future for all. And whereas every child deserves a nurturing family and a safe environment, free from fear, abuse, and neglect. And whereas parents, guardians, relatives, and neighbors all share a responsibility to prevent these devastating crimes, and our local government plays a critical role as well. And whereas since 1883, the agency has been committed to helping future generations succeed and is focused on ensuring the safety and well-being of all families, and is partnering with local, state, and federal agencies to improve the lives of our children and their families. And whereas I today call upon all Shelby residents to join the effort to keep children safe and families strong. Now therefore I, Stephen L. Shagg, Mayor of the City of Shelby, do hereby proclaim April 2025 as Child Abuse Prevention Month, and urge all residents to observe this month with programs and activities that help prevent child abuse and provide for children's physical, emotional, and developmental needs. In witness whereof, I have hereunto set my hand and caused the seal of the city of Shelby, Ohio, to be affixed this 7th day of April in the year of our Lord, 2025. And so, Ms. Bridget, I'll present, or Tara, either one there? Okay, Tara, on behalf of the city, we sure stand strong with you, and thank you for all the work that you're doing.
Thank you so much.
And we're going to try to do our best to spread the word here
Yes.
in our neck of the woods. All right.
Thank you for having us.
You're welcome.
All
All right. All right. All right, very nice. Okay, we got the ribbons and everything, so wonderful. You want to get a little picture? One over here. Council members, why don't we join up here? This is a team effort. If you wouldn't mind coming up here, we kind of do this. Everybody around here. Yeah, come on up here. Somebody.
I'm gonna do that.
All right.
I'll put our
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. All right, got those ribbons out. All right, can you see everybody, or you want to join in? Can you catch everybody?
Yep.
All right, here we go. Looks good. All right, very nice, very nice.
Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
thank you, thank you. And let's give a round of applause for Richmond County Children's Services, Karen and Bridget. Thank you so much for coming over to
Thank
Shelby.
you.
And
Yes.
We'll,
thank you for having us.
we'll turn the town blue here.
All right, sounds good. Thank you.
You're welcome. Oh, and it's, wear blue on Wednesday.
Yes.
Don't forget that. Y'all catch that? It's wear blue Wednesday, and we'll try to put the word out about that. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Good seeing you again. Have a blessed evening. I'll continue with my report. Since our last council meeting, I have been occupied with typical mayoral duties and delights. Some of the highlights of these past several days. On March 12th, I participated in a meeting of the Richmond County Regional Planning Commission Executive Committee in Mansfield. March the 25th, I hosted a monthly meeting of our Richmond County mayors. On March the 27th, I attended the Star Award ceremony hosted in honor of the Opata Academy of North Central State College. It's a prestigious recognition. I'm very proud of the program there at North Central State College. On March the 31st, I took part in an America 250 OH Zoom call, which outlines some of the special plans for 2026. It is so cool. We got something planned for every month, different types of activities, and so we'll be plugged into those. And working with Mark Memorial Library, they're kind of one of our lead liaisons as well. And so we'll be in touch with Councilman Martin and Councilman McLaughlin in those future plans for 2026. On April the 1st, we held our monthly Board of Health staff meeting, and on April the 3rd, presided over a meeting of the Shelby Planning Commission. Also, something coming up, as Mr. Roberts mentioned, the cleanup days coming up in May. I hope everybody put this on their calendar on May 31st, our first Bee Festival, and that's going to be held downtown. More details will be coming out about that. But save the date, May 31st, Bee Festival. And there are all sorts of things you can do with that bee thing. I was going to say be there, but I'm not going to. I just did. All right. I just before the council meeting attended the memorial service, the life celebration of former Mayor Doris Kane Bigland. I had the privilege of serving as a council member with Councilman McLaughlin in those mid-90s with Mayor Bigland in her, I think that was her first term, I believe, if I remember correctly. And I put these words down. I think they're I want to read them into the record this evening concerning Mayor Bigland. When I think of Mayor Doris Payne Bigland, I think of the care she exhibited for her fellow citizens and her passion in public service. She was a natural people person, and she had a very personal touch in fulfilling the role as mayor of Shelby. There was always an open door policy with her at City Hall. I remember her pleasant personality and ready smile, which opened many doors for constructive and positive conversations. I always enjoyed working with her within the city. She certainly leaves behind an enduring and cherished legacy of faith, love, and perseverance. And actually, it goes without saying that our thoughts and prayers are with her family and friends. The flags have been lowered here in the city of Shelby, and they will be lowered and remain so until sunset on Wednesday, April the 9th, 2025, in honor of Mayor Doris Payne Bigland. I don't know if anyone else had any memories of Ms. Bigland they'd like to share this time, or Ms. McCall.
Yeah, like the mayor said, 30 years ago, we were running for office. I was running for the 4th Ward, and she was running for mayor in 1995, and so I got to know her while we were running for when there was elections. And then for the next 2 years, I got to serve on city council, and she was a mentor and a good friend.
Well, all right. Are there any other comments or questions for me in regard to my report? If not, we'll move forward to Mr. Gordon Ister, the Law Director.
Mayor, routine business in my office, nothing to report.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Geis? Oh, no, Mr. Crum. Sorry about that.
I'm
Flip the
okay.
page. Oh, there, look at that. Wow. We'll go to you, and Finance Director.
Thank you, sir.
Sorry about that.
No worries at all. A very busy time of the year. I did get the audit over to the county, and it was all approved. And so thank you all for working, or I'm sorry, appropriations now. So thank you all for all of your hard work through appropriations. Speaking of audit, it is just about to start. Getting some initial conversations with our new auditing firm here. And our GAAP conversion, which takes our working financials, puts them into GAAP financials for the audit report. That is in process. I do want to thank Deputy Director Cutlip for her hard work answering so many questions for them as we move through that. I also want to thank her for taking the brunt of our software search. We've had demonstrations from 3 different software companies as we're going to be forced to switch our accounting software here very shortly. So that is moving along. We also met with our health insurance agents a couple weeks ago to sort of get a head start on next year and what things are going to look at like and what we can do to potentially mitigate some of the increases in our premiums. And then finally, our tax deadline is April 15th. I want to thank our tax clerks for their hard work in serving the community. So if anybody has not filed their taxes yet, I do encourage them to stop by and see Lori and Matt and get that taken care of. That's my report.
Very good. And then to piggyback on that, of course, being in City Hall and up and down the hallways, I do hear the interactions that our tax clerks have with the public. And I will say both, and Ms. Lori has been, she just has come right in and just has fit right in perfectly. It was the same system in Mansfield, am I correct in that, Mr. Crown?
Correct.
And so she was able to slide right in that place, and it seems like they haven't lost a step. And so they treat folks courteously, professionally, and they're getting the job done very well. So I think, especially in this time of year, they're on some Hebrew City Hall for a little while here in keeping that tax collection process going. But they're very helpful. So again, echoing your words, if there are any questions, come in, you'll be treated royally at City Hall. Are there any other comments or questions for Mr. Crum in regard to his report? All right, I guess that brings us now to Mr. Geis, Project Coordinator.
Thank you, Mayor.
Since we last met, we opened up the bids for our paving program. Cozy Construction was the low bid at $454,778.80. The estimate on that was $482,565, so we saved some money there. We received the stage 1 drawings for the Mickey Road project, so that's the initial first go at the engineer putting everything down, so city has to review those now, make sure everything's good. ODOT does a big review of those, and then we'll get to the next stage and keep moving forward on that, so that's all I have there.
Thank you, Mr. Geis. Are there any comments or questions for Mr. Geis in regard to his report? If not, let's move forward then to new business. Is there any new business to be brought before council this evening? Hearing none, move forward to unfinished business. The future use of the Main Street Fire Station, as Councilman Rob mentioned, there are communications in your packet. Did everyone, pretty well, we've been down this road before with properties or personal property that is no longer of municipal use. So I think the letter is pretty well self-explanatory. We were waiting on those parcel descriptions, so we now have those parcel descriptions. But then Exhibit A and Exhibit B, does everyone fully understand? I think it's been going over, but any last minute questions on what we're talking about, of course, marketing, more than likely through the CIC. Mr. Clyde.
Is there going to be any sort of deed restrictions put on that? Like what it can be used for?
Mr. Geis.
We've had some discussions about, they're going to need to work through the CIC and then present what they're going to do it and have the wherewithal to do it. Not necessarily anything that more so than what our zoning, downtown business zoning would allow.
We will be presenting to council a kind of a preview of what that, if it's a business, you have a business plan, what are your future use of this that you have in mind? And that, of course, once we kind of agree on that, we'll work with the CIC to make sure we have those guidelines in place for sale. I guess you can follow that.
That's the worst thing. I guess my worst fear is that somebody buys it and doesn't do anything with it, and then it just becomes decrepit down there,
We're with you.
Yeah.
Mr. Martin?
Mayor, I'd like to move the mayoral letter dated April 4th, 2025 be received and placed on file.
We have a motion by Mr. Martin and a second by Mr. Roberts that the letter dated April 4th, 2025 from the mayor be received and placed on file. Discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Roberts.
Yay.
Mr. Cutler.
Yay.
Mr. Martin.
Yay.
Mr. McLaughlin.
Yay.
Mr. Rob.
Okay.
That motion passes. Thank you. Any other discussion on the old fire station? Mr. Martin?
I'm just happy this day has come. I began to think it might not have come. So I've been asking for this letter since 2018. But what are we actually going to do with this property? And I'm glad we're now getting into a position. There's no bigger supporter of historical structures than myself, but there does come a point where we have to let the private entities step in and take care of it because we're just inadequate to take care of it fully ourselves. And so I'm excited to see the different proposals, and it's still going to be there. It's still going to be a mainstay of our downtown. We have a historical preservation commission and a bunch of other things to ensure that success. But at the end of the day, it wasn't getting any better in our hands. So.
Thank you. All right. Well, comments, we move forward then to still under unfinished business, the smokestack. Mr. Ensman asked me to convey that he is in touch with entities that it appears that if you want to do something with the smokestack, the integrity dynamic or the integrity component has to be inspected and verified. So he's in touch with a couple, three different, I believe at this point. I think he's gotten one quote. He sent me a pretty cool picture of a smokestack, which I should send all around. Did you guys oversee that? He sent it to me. It's pretty cool in a cityscape of this, at night, of this smokestack that has been preserved and lit, and it really looks pretty cool. So that's just an idea. But we'll make that decision together, council and administration, as the future of the smokestack. But so it is in process. Administration's been doing his homework right now. All right, is there any other unfinished business to be brought before council? Well, we've got a heavy legislative schedule here. We better get to it. Mr. Crump.
Resolution.
Brace yourself.
Resolution number 9, 2025, offering the Shelby City Council support of State Issue 2, the renewal of the State Capital Improvement Program on the May 6, 2025 statewide ballot.
Move the resolution be taken up and passed.
Second.
We have a motion by Mr. Roberts and a second by Mr. Martin for the passage of resolution number 9, 2025. Discussion. Mr. Geis.
Thank you, Mayor. I included all the city of Shelby projects. It was poorly I put those in there, and I do apologize. I don't know how that happened, but anyhow, in the grand scheme of things, over the 30-some years, the city of Shelby has received, had over $10 million in projects and received $5,413,000 with OPWC money for this funding that's come as a part of this issue 2 that started way back in 1987. So I've listed all the different ones that are on there, as you can see. Also, it was kind of neat, I went through, I got this information from regional planning, so countywide during that time, there's been $177 million in projects, and the county has received $58 million, I'm sorry, in OPWC money. And then statewide, there has been $67 million in projects, and the OPWC allocation for those is $330 million over those years. So it is a very, very wonderful program. It's one of the easier grant monies to spend. And we work through regional planning. All the cities work well together. I think you can look on that page. The money's been distributed throughout the county very, very well, I think. Sometimes a lot of these townships don't even apply, so we've even tried to help some of the smaller townships apply and get some money and so forth. So just wanted to give you that information, and I surely hope to encourage everyone to vote for it, because it's a very, very wonderful program that the state provides for us.
So am I seeing this correctly, that our county has received 1/7 of all the monies in the entire state?
Must be.
Maybe we don't want to shout this from the rooftops, keep this a little secret. Keep those other counties from.
I think on that renewal fact sheet that's also in the packets, one of the most important question answers on there is, do these projects raise my taxes? And the answer is an emphatic no. This program does not increase taxes. It relies on bonds which are paid off with existing state revenue. So I think it's important to educate voters in that regard on issue 2. It's a very, very positive thing for any, basically, I guess you call it infrastructure improvements, larger ones. We can tap into this statewide resource.
Yeah, that's a great thing that you pointed out there. I was going to point that out myself as well. I mean, it doesn't even raise your taxes. It's kind of a no-brainer.
Right.
You won't ask where that existing state revenue comes from, but it's a great talking point nonetheless.
Free.
Yeah, fell off
Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Roberts,
Yay.
Mr. Cutlip,
Yay.
Mr. Martin,
Yay.
Mr. McLaughlin,
Yeah.
Mr. Rob.
Yay.
Resolution number 9, 2025 passes. Come to miscellaneous business. Any miscellaneous business brought before council? Mr. Martin.
The next time that we meet is on the 21st, it'll be after Easter. Easter very late this year, but I do want to wish everyone a happy Easter as we all reflect on, there's a couple seasons where the reason for the season is evident, and this is another one of those, where we all reflect on one of the greatest gifts given all mankind. So I hope you are able to celebrate with your loved ones during that time, and gives a new meaning and purpose to why we do what we do. So happy Easter, everyone. And with that, we council adjourned.
Thank you, sir.
Second.
We have a motion by Mr. Martin and a second by Mr. McLaughlin for adjournment. Roll call, please.
Mr. Roberts. Mr. Cutlip,
Yay.
Mr. Martin,
Yay.
Mr. McLaughlin,
Yay.
Mr. Rob.
The motion passes. Council adjourns at 7:35.